where do I start? Where do I get my rhythm? Where do I get my groove?
I always start off with a bounce. You just start with a bounce, and then you see.
I'm part of the baddest game, most successful game in the world. I went to Portugal this year, and the young tour guide goes, "It's Doris Burke from 2K." It wasn't Doris Burke, the announcer. It was Doris Burke from 2K.
A sharp and confident-looking Raptors team coming down. And the game is going global. You're right. Thank you, D.A. It's getting late in the season. Let's now see the standings out east. You take a look at the Raptors. Right now, they've acquired the second-best record in the conference. And, of course, there's the Hawks. Quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
And, you know, right now for Atlanta, they're going to stumble towards the finish line this season with the playoffs nowhere near a possibility.
All the talk around them now is already about what's going to take place in the offseason. Who's going to go? Who's going to stay? I'd be surprised if they don't have a much different look next year.
Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Herter make up the backcourt. And it's Capella in at center. And for Toronto, Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. And Van Vliet out there with Lowry, and it's Anunoby in at the small forward. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here.
That's a jump ball.
And here are the Raptors now. Siakam passes to Anunoby. And Capella sends it back. Fast break, the Hawks. Here's Herter. No good with the triple.
The 19th pick in 2018 out of Maryland, Kevin Herter with the positional size and skill to adapt well to the NBA game.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
That one goes in. And with that skill, Herter's a triple threat offensively.
Not just a standstill shooter. He can function as a secondary ball handler, creating for himself and others.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Teardrop shot. First basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul. Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 31-point game against New York.
And he showed again why he is such a sensational playmaker. Some of the plays he made were just remarkable.
Now here's Van Vliet after Clint Capella's miss. Now Hunter. He's coming off a 13-point game against New York.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
Well, it's important to get points any way you can, and Ibaka's turned himself into a good free throw shooter.
And in recent seasons, we've seen Serge Ibaka involved in some extracurriculars. He can get a little chippy out there.
Yes, indeed. Last season, he had a 3-game suspension. Penalties can escalate for repeat offenders, something he's got to be aware of. The Toronto Raptors are an elite defensive group. Reasons why: they're long, they're smart, and they're experienced.
Now, here is Young, and the points coming for him in big bunches. His average stands at just about 29.5 points a game. In the corner, it's Van Vliet. And he uses the glass on the layup. Van Vliet's got 6 points. We talk about the defensive IQ, Smitty, for the Raptors. Where does that reveal itself?
For me, Kevin, their rotations. They are able to send help, double teams, and still recover and get out to shooters.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And Toronto will go for a different look here. Marcus All's checked in for Ibaka. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson comes in for OG Anunoby. Norman Powell's checked in for Fred VanVleet. Davis is subbed in for Kyle Lowry.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
Powell, that's good.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Atlanta Hawks. 8-point game. Teague against Davis. A nice shot by Teague.
And Teague is just so calm and collected when he gets near the rim.
Teague against Davis. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's his first foul. And Toronto making a change here. Boucher is checked in. There's Hollis Jefferson. The shot comes out. And Atlanta will come the other way. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played. Fast break Toronto. Davis has got the ball. Boucher's shot is off. The Hawks trail by 6. Radish dishes to Teague. To the inside. And here we go with Davis heading to the hoop. Here's Powell. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Powell's got his second bucket of the night.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Now here is Carter. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Pass to Boucher. Outside for Davis. Dedmon with the block.
The 7'4" wingspan of Dedmon, hard to get your shot over that.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Davis. Knocks down the 3-ball.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Reddish's shot is good.
And Teague knew that he would be open there. Great patience and vision from the point man.
Here's Powell. And that's the final possession with the nice defense right there. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
Yeah, it's hard to tell on that one. And so a good time to go to the replay and just to make sure if he got it off on time.
And Marcus also appreciated by his fans, and certainly a lot of...
Just fun. You see more fans on the stand.
And great to see so many different cultures and countries embrace the game.
Yes, and with players like Gasol having so much success, I think it helps give those Latino and Spanish-speaking fans a connection to the NBA.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from what we've seen so far from the Raptors guys, your thoughts?
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
And that's really hard on a defense, having to play deeper into the clock and having to cover a lot more ground.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for Atlanta, we've got Wayne Dedmon. Teague out there with Reddish. And there's Carter. And it's Fernando in at the power forward.
You look at the Hawks franchise, moved to Atlanta in 1956. Since then, they've been unable to advance to the NBA Finals.
Powell with it, picked up by Teague. Outside for Davis. Powell for 3. It's Dedmon with the rebound. The Hawks trail by 10. To the right side. Here's Fernando. They get it back. And Teague is right there.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Powell, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Davis surveying the floor. And there's the pass to Gasol. Outside for Davis. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Davis has got the lead up to 11 now for Toronto. Now with Atlanta, I think they wanted a fresh start a couple years ago, Steve, rather than be a middle-of-the-pack team.
Yeah, and a primary way to acquire stars is to reboot, dump salary, and nail your draft picks. Then, once you have the young nucleus in place, you add the veterans.
Just 5 to shoot. Fernando can't get it to go.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Here's Powell, and again it's Toronto converting.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Carter kicks to T. And it's slammed in by T.
And if you give Teague a look at the lane, he'll take it without a second thought. He loves to drive to the rim.
And Davis, here we go. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. You have to switch on that play.
It's stolen. That one's good, and the Raptor lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Reddish.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Hollis Jefferson passes to Powell. 6 to shoot. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6. Smitty, you've seen this before, separating teams that can make the deep playoff run, those that can't get bounced out early. What have you found is the difference between those two?
A lot of times, Kevin, it comes down to those teams have more talent that can make those deep playoff runs. Also, they can make adjustments. But I think also they're a team that has better chemistry, and they can win defensively and not just have to rely on their offense.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. That's tipped. Pass to Dedmon. Teague against Davis. Teague, the pass to Fernando. Here's Dedmon. And that one hits back iron. Toronto leading by 11. Pass to Boucher. Looking for Carter. He gets it there. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Reddish with the ball. Powell on him. T. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Here's Davis. He's got 10. The pass to Boucher. Cuts off the pass. Here's Fernando. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. And so that's the end of the first half. Raptors lead by 7.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to Toronto came out looking very confident. They were able to stretch out their lead to 8 points on the heels of a few and
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You have to like what we're seeing from Davis.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Red Van Vliet out there with Lowry, and it's Ibaka in at the 5 spot. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. Shot clock at 5. Lowry from outside. Rebounded by Capella. The Hawks trail by 4.
And Raptors president of basketball operations, Masai Ujiri, not just doing an amazing job in Toronto, he's also had a huge role in the growing of the game in Africa.
Growing up in Nigeria, he fell in love with the game of basketball, and he has worked his way up. Now he's given a hand back building pathways for others to follow in his footsteps, bringing the development and leadership to the continent.
And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That'll be his second foul of the game. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Passes to Herter. Out to the wing. Collins against Siakam. Clock at 4. Shot is good, and the Toronto lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Collins. Toronto, they've gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. And Lowry gets it to go.
Finally getting one to fall. They were 0 for 3 to start this half.
And here's Young from the arc. A shot off that time. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
Oh, great concentration from Siakam. Takes the hit, yet his eyes never leave the rim.
And finished off by Collins.
The agility, the hops, the great hands. Collins is the perfect alley-oop partner.
Ibaka, no luck.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
Here's Siakam. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got his 4th assist in this one. That one's good, and the Raptor lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Young.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
I love it. Excellent ball movement. Kyle Lowry knowing who to give it to and when.
And the Hawks can't hang on to the ball. And let's take this chance to check out the NBA steal leader. The real stats, the real score from the real NBA. And you look at Van Vliet. Opposing teams always need to know where he is on the court.
And he's been a rock for them defensively. Just so many steals for him this year, and so many of them have been in key moments for his team.
Atlanta making a switch here. Bembry's checked in. Capella kicks to Collins. In the corner, it's Hunter. And that one drops for him.
Well, with a number of moves and shots to choose from, Hunter is scary. Nice bucket there.
Here's on an open. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Good. And the Raptors lead by 7.
This is year 2 for Lloyd Pierce as an NBA head coach. Still in his early 40s, the Hawks, the perfect opportunity for him to grow and develop alongside his players.
And Young kicks to Collins. Pass to Bembry. The dunk and the foul. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And just like his brother Pau, Marc Gasol active in humanitarian causes.
I mean, we saw him volunteering on rescue boats in the Mediterranean. Mark doing his part, but also bringing attention to that humanitarian crisis.
Over a decade in Memphis for Marc Gasol, even played his high school basketball there. Now a new phase.
Capella, that's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got his 3rd assist on the night, and that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
First free throw is good.
In a discussion of great two-way players in this league, sometimes Lowry gets overlooked, and that's a mistake. We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
Collins kicks to Young. Jacks up a three. That shot missing. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
A quick, good shot here, and they can go 2 for 1.
Trying to squeeze out every extra possession, but they have to work fast.
And so far, going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
And Ibaka slams it in.
And for Serge nowadays, most of his offense comes from beyond the arc or at the rim.
Young dishes to Capella. Back to Young. Pass to the Bembry.
Switch.
Ibaka against Young. A beautiful reverse layup. Young's got 11 points.
Unlike some great perimeter shooters, Trae Young is consistently probing for the best look.
Back to Lowry. Good if it goes. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. It's Reddish and Hunter teaming up at the forward spots. Then it's Collins, and it's Herter in at the 2 guard.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
You know what? They talked about this at halftime, and they're doing a better job of creating space.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Here's Siakam. He kicks it to Powell. Unloads from 9. Rebound Atlanta. Bembry the pass to Reddish. Lays it in off the pretty alley-oop. Reddish has got the game tied up here for Atlanta.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Here's Powell. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, guys. I got a chance to listen in on what Lloyd Pierce was saying to the team. He said to them, that's the kind of effort we need to bring every night. We're right in this thing, but it's going to take sustained effort to close it out. Now let's bring it home. Kevin, back to you.
Lock at 6. Here's Bembry, and that one is stuffed right through.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
This is a close-knit group. They feed off one another's energy.
The Hawks working the ball around. And Reddish, the bucket on the assist by Hunter. 8 points for Cam Reddish.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Here's Van Vliet. That one, no good. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Beyond the arc. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Here's Here's Anunoby, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And the native of England, Anunoby doesn't back down from taking the big shots.
I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
Chalk up 2 there. And now just a 1-point Hawks lead.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both teams trying to close out strong. These are the fireworks that fans came to see.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And the potential Anunoby has is exciting. Has the athleticism, the shooting touch, and the drive to keep improving.
Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for the Raptors. Clint Capella, he's checked in for the Hawks. Young comes in for DeAndre Bembry. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. They lead by 1. Dishes it to Capella. Back to Young. There's the 3. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Never afraid to take the big shot. Trae Young, we have to call you Mr. Young.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Anunoby, and they pick up 2.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
I don't think he expected to get that good of a look. Poor communication defensively.
Toronto calls timeout. They're behind by 2. There's 1:17 left to play in the final quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Trae Young.
And his shooting percentage reflects just how efficient he's been. It's better than 50%. Always a sign of a solid offensive performance. But his movement and his shot selection have also both been tremendous.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
One thing you can say about Trae Young, he leaves a huge imprint on any basketball game he plays.
Guys, that was critical. I mean, that's what we're used to seeing out of him, though, at moments like this.
Lowry drives in, and the rejection by Collins. Lowry deciding where to go with it here. Tries again. Money! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team. Incredible competitor. Trae Young always wants to be the one to take this shot.
Lowry's shot is good.
Lowry always comes up with a timely basket, and today is no exception.
Now, here's Hunter. Defense right on him, and the shot is good.
And we saw this in the national title game. Hunter embracing the moment and delivering in the clutch.
Got it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Collins passes to Capella. The kick out to Young. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And those free throws will mean a ton now. It makes it a 2-possession game.
It falls! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And the shot by Lowry is the definition of clutch. He relishes being the man in these moments.
And here's Young. They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 4-point ball game.
There's the knockout blow. No chance of getting up off the canvas now.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
Welcome back to 2K TV. Bill Simmons, the sports guy. Now, the sports guy is your nickname, but if you were a player, what would you have as your nickname?
Washed up.
Washed up,
Yeah.
that's it?
Yeah. I quit pickup like 5 years ago.
I'm gonna end it right.
He's going to end it.
I'm going to end it.
I feel it. I feel it.
The buzz is built. Well, the weekend has officially begun. DA. I love his honesty. All right, thank you, DA. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Young and Herter make up the back. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. And it's Capella in at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Celtics, Brown and Hayward, they're the wings. Daniel Tice out there with Jason Tatum. And it's Walker in at the 1.
John Collins, an amazing young talent in this league, one of the best run and jump athletes that we have at that position. So fluid out there, gets out in transition, and that's where this Hawks team can really show its young talent.
Here's Hunter. Kemba Walker making his last shot. Out to the right wing. Now, here's Hunter. Tight defense on him. Hayward with some nice D. And it's that quick second and third jump capability for Collins, Brent, that really stands out.
It makes you really tough to box out. You understand not only where your teammate's shot might miss, but your own shot on the inside. And John Collins can read where it's coming off the rim, get to the ball, get right back up and score.
Here's Capella following the basket by Jaylen Brown. Young passes to Capella. Back to Young. Just 5 to shoot. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Such a precise player. When Young notices those kind of openings, he definitely is looking to attack.
Brown drives in, and then Brown with the dunk.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now, here is Young, coming off 31 points last game. Here's Tatum over in the corner. Brown offline with his 3. Here's Herter. Hits the 3-point bomb. Herter's got 5 points so far.
Shot preparation is fantastic as Herter's able to get his feet set that time.
And it's DeAndre Hunter with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Brown. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. And the pass to Tice. And Capella sends it back. Now, here's Hunter. Defended by Hayward. And that one's good. Hunter. And at the end of the year, Brent, we've been seeing an uptick in play from some young lottery-bound teams.
Well, they're always excited about having opportunity to play loose and play free. The backside of that is you didn't play well enough to get into the playoffs.
Right.
So, you know, good coaching staffs with young teams that have potential, Kevin, will ask their teams to be spoilers. Like, embrace the idea of let's compete tonight against that team.
Make
They're
that your
the 4th
playoff.
seed. Yeah, let's go up against this.
Sure.
There are other teams that, quite frankly, just give up on the year. And some guys will have some big empty numbers to finish off the season. You got to temper your kind of eyeballs on those things.
And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Boston making some changes. Enes Kanter's checked in for Daniel Tice. Marcus Smart comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Kemba Walker. And a change for the Hawks. Reddish, he's checked in for Kevin Herter.
And Brown is so aggressive, a masterful penetrator who abuses defenders on the drive. And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Celtics making a change here. Williams is checked in. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Capella. Carter comes in for John Collins. Andre Bembry's checked in for Hunter. And it's Teagan for Trae Young. Kanter finds Tatum. 5 to shoot. They shoot again. And Wanamaker gets it to go. Atlanta's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's his first foul. 1:11 left here in the opening quarter. Reddish the pass to Dedmon. Here's Bembry. He's covered by Cantor. Here's Bembry, and he pings it home with one hand.
Yeah, I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so. Here's Smart. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
For a guy who's still working on his range, love to see Smart attacking on the interior.
The Celtics shooting their first free throw of the night. To the middle, stolen by Smart. Cantor, the pass to Wanamaker. Nice ball movement by Boston. Pass to Cantor. Here's Wanamaker over Teague. Here's Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
One of the game's very best offensive rebounders, Cantor also has the wherewithal to quickly convert for the score.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
So far, both teams scorching the nets. You gotta love it.
Yeah, made for TV game here. Pace is great, scoring is coming in bunches, and both of the teams feeling confident right now.
Celtics making a switch here. Williams is checked in.
Well, he is a behemoth in the paint. Once Williams establishes himself, you almost have to foul it.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. And Williams drops them both. The Hawks trail it. And Carter has it in the corner. Back to Teague. And it's slammed in by Teague.
Great to see Jeff Teague get up for jams like that. Caught everyone by surprise.
And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's his first foul of the game. And the bonus will go to the free throw line.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Celtics lead by 1. And we'll get Gordon Hayward reunited with his college coach Brad Stevens.
Our relationship started.
And I'm sure, Greg, that relationship played a big role in Hayward deciding to join the Boston Celtics.
And not just a connection, but a respect. Hayward now a veteran in this league, while Stevens has moved into the conversation for one of the better young coaches in our league.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Keep plays alive with your activity. That's what it's about.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. We've got Dwayne Dedmon, Teague out there with Bembry, and there's Carter. And it's Fernando in at the 4-man position. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, when Trae Young was in college, he was known for his long-range shooting. But Young says, the people who know me best know that I'd rather get an assist than any other stat. I pride myself on making the right play. Knowing your teammates get joy and excitement from playing with you is all I care about. Kevin?
That's great to see. Thank you, D.A. Another shot, and Wanamaker gets it to go. Wanamaker's got his second bucket of the night.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
I'm not sure where the lack of focus comes in there, Kevin. That's not like him. The defense is close, but there's enough space to score.
And the last 2 drafts, the Atlanta Hawks aggressively making trades to assemble this roster.
And drafting DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish, great length and versatility on the wings. You pair that with Trae Young and John Collins, and that's an exciting young core for the Hawks.
Here's Fernando. Williams with the block.
a main staple in Williams' game, that sixth sense for when to rise up and deter those shots.
Pretty lax defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
And a new group in for the Celtics. Daniel Tice is checked in for Enes Kanter. Gordon Hayward comes in for Williams. Jaylen Brown's checked in for Marcus Smart. And it's Kemba Walker in for Brad Wanamaker. Passes it to Walker. It drops for his third basket. He's missed only one shot. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
From deep three-point range. Rebound by Williams.
They're still trying to calibrate right now because he had 1 3 in the first quarter, but nothing since.
And it's Brown missing. For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Collins, good.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
They get a hand on it. Pass to Walker. Celtics passing it around. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Tatum, he's checked in for Williams. Clint Capella, he's checked in for the Hawks. Reddish comes in for Kevin Huerter. That one drops for him. That's now 8 points for Jaylen Brown.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game. And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
He's a third-generation point guard as Trae Young. His father and grandfather both played the point guard position, and both of them really helping him arrive at this level.
Collins, and he'll shoot free throws here. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Outside, Walker. Just 5 on the clock. Off target from three-point range.
Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jumpers.
The kick out to Young. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Young's got the lead up to 4 now for the Hawks.
Young working hard on the defensive end that time.
And here's Brown outside, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to a competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period. That's all for now. Say good.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Without question, Trae Young displaying his skills today.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Tatum and Kanter together down low. And it's Smart in at the small forward. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Here's Collins, and finished off by Collins.
Well, we know that Trae Young is a phenomenal passer, which is why you just can't leave him open like that.
Inside, and Cantor wide open. He shoots. Nice open look, but it's no good. And stolen by Tatum. Back to Cantor. The kick out to Walker. What improvements, Brent, do you like to see out of players going from season 1 to their second season in the league?
Biggest thing, Kevin, turnover. Player comes into the league, has an opportunity to play, wants to rush things, plays too fast, doesn't have an ability to slow down and make reads. From season 1 to season 2, and given the role and responsibility for that player, when you watch a guy whose ability to take away the mistakes, the simple mistakes he made last year, that's growth.
Because it's connected to so many other areas of his game.
Right, and he's not trying to do things that he wasn't capable of doing when he came into the league last year. He's understanding more of where it is that he's best suited in possessions and for that offense.
Good explanation. And there's the pass to Collins. Young finds Collins. The kick out to Young. For 3. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Pass to Walker. Back to Brown, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And now look at Boston's upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards. Then on Sunday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Chicago against the Bulls.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night. He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Shots good from Young. Young's got the lead back up to 4 now for the Hawks.
Trae Young looking like one of those young players who on a nightly basis gives you something you haven't seen before.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Boston shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Williams, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Williams comes in for Jason Tatum. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Smart. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Kemba Walker. And, of course, there's no questioning Cam Reddish's talent. Greg, he has a high ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, great size, length, the fluidity as an athlete. He can make an impact at both ends of the floor, shoots the 3 well for a young player, and you love his ability to match up really 1 through 5.
Williams with the ball, and it's Carter picking him up. Williams against Carter. Williams attacking, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. For Boston, they have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts. Daniel Tice is checked in for the Celtics. And both free throws good for Williams. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Atlanta. It's a 1-point game. Tries from 10. That one rolling around and rims out. The Celtics have gone 4-6 from the field since the start of the 3rd. To the left wing, Celtics passing it around. Tice with the ball. Carter on him. And here's Tice. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. It's blocked. And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That's foul number 2 for him. Marcus Smart's checked in for Williams. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And it's slammed in by Teague.
No doubt you can see Teague get hit, but what focus to be able to knock down the shot afterwards.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
One of the areas where he has excelled all season long. How about 87% from the line?
Celtics trail by 4. Here's Wanamaker. He has 6. Tice from the left block. He sends it through.
Great execution. Could not have asked for a better shot.
And the foul on Marcus Smart. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Hawks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
He misses the free throw. Boston making a switch here. Ojale is checked in. Good on the second free throw. The Celtics have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. And Wanamaker gets it to go.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Wanamaker's gone 3 for 5 from the field. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
For the tie. Now, here's Tice. Guarded closely. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Wanamaker. Fernando pulls it in. The Hawks leading by 3. Kicks it to Teague. Lays it up off the glass. Teague's got 5 points in the quarter.
Have to admire how relentless Teague is on the drive, as well as how consistent he is at burying those loads.
Williams for 3, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Now the passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. Teague out there with Bembry. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon. Then there's Carter. And it's Reddish in at the 3. Here's Walker. And there's the rebound by Dedmon. Dedmon's got 4 rebounds in this game. He kicks to Carter. Wide open. A putback. Great positioning on the putback. Dedmon's got the lead up to 9 now for the Hawks.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
It's good. And that's now 9 points for Marcus Smart.
And this is where Smart's at his best, being aggressive, going towards the rim.
Teague drives in, and he banks in the layup.
They are just killing him on the interior.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Walker the pass to Tice. Hit his leg. And they're saying he kicked the ball. Gordon Hayward's checked in for the Celtics. Brown comes in for Marcus Smart. Up top, Brown. And finished off by Brown.
And just awesome speed from Brown. Blasting off towards the bucket and slamming it down.
Here's Young. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Hawks lead by 9.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, and the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Brown drives in. Looks good. Is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
And that's where Brown is at his best. A muscular beast who loves finishing strong through the contact.
And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Brown's got the ball. Tatum's shot is off.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
To the middle. The kick out to Young. From past the arc. The shot. No good. Now the Celtics take it the other way. Here's Hayward. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Hayward's got his first points of the night.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
And finished off by Collins.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
And with Brown, it doesn't matter what point in the game it's at. He's ready to shoot whenever and wherever he has the ball in a good spot.
You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
Hayward comes with the double team. To the inside, here's Hunter, and the layup's good off the glass.
You got to keep the ball moving, and that time Herder's pass leads to an open look.
Here's Walker, rebounded by the Hawks. Capella's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. Young against Walker. It's good. That's 8 baskets for him now. 8 for 15 shooting.
Shifty guard Trae Young finds his ways into some of those cracks and crevices.
Brown drives in, and the dunk by Brown.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, well, how do you settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Count it, and the Atlanta lead has been cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Hayward.
And the skills of Brown, not just a super athlete, but a tremendous floor general as well.
Here's Hurt. He's covered by Brown. Walker against Young. Walker with the rebound. And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for the Celtics. Here's Brown. 2 free throws coming up, but the coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to make a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, Lloyd Pierce talked with his team during that last time out. He was measured in his words. He told his players, look, we're doing a lot of good things out there, really good things. Stay confident and stay positive in your approach. Trying to keep their hopes up, Kevin.
And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Young outside. In the corner, it's Hunter. 5 on the clock. Misses the 3. The game has come down to this.
Huge possession.
It's Brown with the drive. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Capella. Count it!
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
And you always know what you're going to get from Walker from the line. He's been a solid, consistent free throw shooter his entire career. And now down to a 1-possession game. Those foul shots, huge. Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
He's able to hit the second one, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
And Trae Young wants to be a leader, but it's not about wanting it. You have to show it on a consistent basis so your teammates start to look towards you.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. So it gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
That last one was a difference maker. It pushed it from a 2-point lead to 3.
Tice finds Brown. Now a timeout called by Boston. They're down by 3. 3 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
And they need a 3 to tie. But look, they've got enough time here to find a good look. They can run a play off the inbound, make sure they get it in the hands of their best shooter.
Hayward from outside. Oh, he couldn't make that shot go to force overtime. And so the big win by Atlanta in a tight game. They break the hearts of
fun, but it definitely came with some challenges. Thank goodness for 2K.
That's right. In fact, it's been an honor for us to share our time and our episodes with you, the fans, the community. And the big news is NBA 2K TV is returning for Season 7.
Yes, we're coming your way on September 4th. All new episodes of NBA 2K TV and NBA.
And the starting lineups have concluded. So just... And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for T.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Young and Herter make up the backcourt. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. And it's Capella in at the center, filling out the middle. And for the Heat, they've got Jimmy Butler. Jones is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then it's Robinson, and it's Nunn in at the 1. And you look at Jimmy Butler. He's about 6'8", about 230 pounds. Great size on the wing.
And he keeps himself in tip-top shape. His strength, one thing I'm not sure the casual fan even recognizes.
Nunn passes to Jones. To the paint. It's stolen by Capella. Here's Herter. Makes it off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Hawks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Hunter, no one around him. Offensive rebound.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
To the left side wing. Here's Collins. That's in, coming off the assist from Young.
Few people see the floor as well as Trey. If you're open, he'll find you.
Adebayo passes to Butler. And he converts the layup.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Young dishes to Hunter.
I love that Trae Young puts his passes on target and in spots where his teammates are comfortable playing.
Adebayo kicks to Jones. Adebayo passes to Jones. Stolen by Collins. And here we go. And Herter gets it to go.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
Here's Adebayo. And Capella sends it back. Collins against Butler. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
They call him Red Velvet. Kevin Huerter, out of the University of Maryland, proved he can stripe it from day one.
And Greg Huerter, the 19th pick back in 2018, sweet touch and at 6'7". Good size at the shooting guard position.
And the Hawks general manager, Travis Schlenk, coming from the Warriors with Trae Young and Kevin Huerter. The Hawks hoping they have a kind of Splash Brothers East.
So it's the Hawks now, after the miss from Jay Crowder. And Huerter gets it to go.
Defensively, they've had no answer for him this period, and he continues to stay aggressive.
Adebayo, and again, it's the Heat missing. The Hawks leading by 8. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
Dragic kicks to Adebayo. Back to Dragic. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Hero passes to Adebayo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Good on the bucket.
That's good planning, and that's good execution. And that's a great look.
And Crowder comes up to help. Here's Huerter. 12 points for him. It's Young on the wing. He's guarded by Dragic. Young's shot is off.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
And there's the call on John Collins. That's his first foul. A different look for Miami. Olynyk, he's checked in for Bam Adebayo. And it's Iguodala in for Butler. Then for the Hawks, Carter, he's checked in for Collins. DeAndre Bembry comes in for Kevin Huerter. And it's Teague in for Young. Here's Bembry after the made shot from Goran Dragic. Good work there as it goes.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Now here's Iguodala. He's guarded closely. Dragic finds Olynyk. Back to Dragic. Right side crowded. Olynyk trying to break loose. Second chance shot. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Let's go. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Pretty tall point guard. Goran Dragic sees the entire floor. Terrific look.
Here's Bembry. Missed inside. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks with a 6-point lead. The trade deadline is approaching, and Jimmy Butler talked about
the wins are different for everybody, to tell you the truth.
Staying level-headed and ready for whatever's next. That's Jimmy's mindset, Greg, in a nutshell.
And it's fair to say that the level of professionalism and maturity he possesses is really impressive.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vámonos. Well, from what you guys are seeing from the Hawks, what are you thinking about their performance?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for the Heat, we've got Kelly Olynyk. Dragic is out there with Iguodala. Then there's Myers Leonard. And it's Silva in at the 3, the small forward.
And when you think about some of the most entertaining Hawks teams, my mind always goes to the human highlight film.
Reason why he was a 9-time All-Star, NBA scoring champion, had some legendary matchups against Larry Bird and Chuck Person, to name a few. One of the most electrifying players in the history of the game.
And the Heat making a change here. Nunn's checked in. Hunter's checked in for Atlanta. And Leonard gets it to go.
And just using the natural advantage he has, he can see over the top of the defense.
And let's also add, he has touch from there. That's a solid shot for him.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And checking out the numbers for Olynyk, how last month turned out for him, he's averaging 8 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Yeah, he's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
He's not trying to take over necessarily. He's just taking what the defense allows and contributing to the cause.
And here is Iguodala after the 3-pointer from Jeff Teague.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
And the rejection by Iguodala.
And Iggy demonstrating his trademark defense yet again. Just a sensational shot blocker.
Here's Bembry, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. They get Andre Iguodala.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
When you look at the luxury tax structure, Smitty, it's now more expensive than ever to maintain a championship contending roster.
Yeah, it is, and I think it's the choice of a lot of these organizations. Some owners want to do it, some don't. But I think if you want to win a championship, you're going to have to open up your checkbook.
Now, here is Young. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. To halt the run, here's Butler, passes it to Nunn. Down low. Here's Leonard. Fernando pulls it in.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
Bembry kicks to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Outside, Robinson. Young with the steal. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Moving it up. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
And with that one, he halts an 11-0 run by the Hawks.
Both teams deciding to change it up.
Where you always have confidence in the Heat organization is at the top. Pat Riley with 9 championship rings as a player, as an assistant coach, as a head coach, and as a team president. He knows how to win from every perspective.
Now Butler. After the missed three from Trae Young. Crowder the pass to Nunn. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. You're right, Steve. You look at Riley's career, most people are just looking to accomplish one of the things he's done.
Kevin, he has a great mind. He's incredibly driven. He understands how to motivate people, and he understands what's important to focus on.
Derek Jones, he's checked in for Butler. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Reddish is checked in. Jones finds Adebayo. Rebound by the Hawks. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played. Jones for 3. The shot that time not on target. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Their last encounter was in Atlanta.
And really brought an impressive physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls and, of course, went on to win it.
They forced the issue and made the defense hack them to death last game. I'm sure they'll try to mirror that same attack in this one.
And here are the Heat now, following the bucket by the Hawks. Nunn can't get it to fall. The Hawks leading by 15. And the wide open shot from Reddish. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Here's Jones. Offensive rebound. And it's in. Oh, wow, he nails. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks. 13 points up at the end of...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After 2 quarters, it's Atlanta out in front. They have a 13-point lead. And that...
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Heat shooting around 40% from the floor here. And Smitty, you talk about players who can just be vicious to the rim. Wow. Derek Jones is on that list.
Yes, he can dunk the ball with so much force. You feel the building shake. So scary when he's coming down the paint to catch a pass because of his insane leaping ability.
Checking out the group for Lloyd Pierce to start the second half. Herter the 2 with Hunter at the 3. Clint Capella is out there with Collins, and it's Young in at the point. The Hawks working the ball around. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Young's got 4 points in the quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Here's Nunn, defended by Young. Outside Butler. Back to Adebayo. Right side Jones. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
The Heat making a switch here. Dragic is checked in. And a change for the Hawks. Jeff Teague, he's checked in for Trae Young. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler. Well, what a boost this group has given their teams in the second half of the season with excellent rebounding from the small forward position. DeAndre Hunter is second.
And maybe they're not the biggest or strongest players in the front court, but that hasn't limited their ability to get in there and mix it up and come up with a lot of rebounds night in and night out.
This group, they all play big, and the numbers they're able to put up on the glass makes them so valuable.
Now, here's Hunter after Clint Capella's miss.
Decent look from mid-range, but there may have been a better option for them in that set. The one thing you can say about the Hawks, they have drafted well over the past few seasons. Stole John Collins at pick 19, traded back for Trae Young, and the Herter selection. The rebuild may not be long in Atlanta.
Now here's Teague. Count the basket. Teague's got 5 points so far.
And Teague is just so calm and collected when he gets near the rim.
Iguodala, the pass to Adebayo. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Puts up a three. Up again. It's good on the putback. Adebayo's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Now here's Teague. He has 5, and he uses the glass on the layup. Teague's got his 3rd bucket of the night. And Steve, the Hawks not only identify talent, they identify guys who will excel in their established system.
And that system is finding value with shooters. They also look for guys who bring the energy and also bring the effort. The size of the player isn't as important as the heart.
The Hawks leading by 17. Hunter, the pass to Capella. Dishes it to Carter. Back to Capella from the baseline. That one a little long. For Miami, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Iguodala, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Superior muscle from Iggy on that possession there. Just a stellar job using his girth.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And Teague, here we go. Basket counts. He's got 9.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
Iguodala finds a limit, and that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. That is his first foul of the game. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
First team foul. Substitution on the
Hawks have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Here's Bembry. He's guarded by Dragic. Bembry misses. The Heat trail by 17. Crowder, the pass to Silva. Crowder inside. Shot clock at 6. Here's Dragic from outside. It's Dedmon with the rebound. The Hawks leading by 17. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. Stolen away. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. From the arc. Rebound by the Heat. Outside Dragic. And the layup falls. Dragic has got his second basket.
Absorbing the contact, finishing the play. Dragic has that great body control.
Off on that one. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks out in front by 17 points. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Jay Crowder. He's out there with Myers Leonard. Hero out there with Robinson. And it's none in at the 1 spot. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Here's Hero. Following the basket by Trae Young. Nunn passes to Leonard. Here's Crowder. Miami needs to get a shot off. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Hey, Steve, if your team is holding on to a narrow lead, which player do you want defending that last shot of the game?
I would say Kawhi Leonard, Giannis because of his length, Paul George, Draymond Green, and I really love Klay Thompson. Not that he's going to block the shot, but he always stays in position.
And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking and the game continues on.
What do you expect? Young is a threat to score the moment he crosses half court.
Good ball movement here by the Heat. That one good for 2. 6 points for Leonard.
Beautiful location on the pass, as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Here's Reddish. And Reddish with the slam.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. Now, here is Robinson. Jones, the pass to Nunn. He kicks it to Leonard. Shoots over Capella. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish. And plenty of Hawks fans were despondent when the team decided to rebuild, but that dejection has turned into excitement.
The team plays hard every night. They have an entertaining style, and they have a lot of young talent. It may not be long before they're a real threat in the East.
And it's in there. And the Hawks lead by 16. For Miami, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the 4th quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Jones dishes to Robinson. Back to Jones. Over Collins. And it's Jones. Time on the assist by Robinson. The Hawks leading by 14. Young passes to Reddish. And Reddish with the slam.
Great player movement, great ball movement. That's fun to watch.
And there's the call on Kevin Huerter. That is his first foul of the game. 4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Knocks it loose. Young with the steal. Reddish's shot is good.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
Left side, Leonard. There's the pass to Nunn. Over Young. Nunn, that's good.
I love it. Beautiful job getting to the rim, making a play.
From deep. And it's Miami with the rebound. Leonard inside. Banked in off the glass. Leonard's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Allowing any room to operate, you know he's going to be aggressive.
Got that one up quick. 16 points for Trae Young.
Incredible night for Trae. Has direct involvement in nearly every facet of this offense.
Nunn can't get it to fall. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Miami. Butler comes in for Hero. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Hunter's checked in. Capella, the pass to Young. 1:30 left to play here in the 4th. Hunter dishes to Capella. Just 5 to shoot. The kick out to Young. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Goran Dragic is checked in for the Heat. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Heat. It's a 16-point game.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Hawks.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Trae Young.
Shouldering the load for them all night offensively. He came in focused, ready to go, and he delivered.
No good from Dragic. With the prospect of making a big lead even bigger.
And you got to jump at this chance. Stretch that lead out as much as possible.
Here's Capella. Back to Herter. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Young for three. That shot misses. And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup.
The NBA 2K21 demo is out now, and in this episode, we're jumping right in. Plus, we look back at our best 2K TV moments of 2K20. And first looks at what's coming up in my team for 2K21.
A view of the Atlanta skyline, all the action below it, as seen from... And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Powell.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. And Van Vliet out there with Lowry. And it's Ibaka in at the 5. And for the Hawks, Young and Herter make up the backcourt. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. And it's Capella in at the center, locking down the middle. Now Hunter, after the missed 3 from Trae Young. Goes up with it again. And it's blocked by Ibaka. And they get it back. And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That is his first foul of the game. Capella kicks to Young. Fires the 3. Leading the season, Doris, and some teams now are not going to be in the postseason. They're out of the playoffs and are giving more time. You talked about this earlier, giving more time to their young players to develop.
Well, there is nothing more beneficial to a young player than real-time NBA experience. So when you're out of the playoffs, those young guys start to get more and more minutes. They'll give those young guys more and more responsibility on the offensive and defensive end. And there's no greater teacher than giving NBA reps to guys who you think can be a key part of your future.
So fun for us as the fans and people that cover the league to get a glimpse of the future, what these teams, what these individual players could be like. Here's Herter. The Raptors getting the bucket inside. Up top, Capella, defended by Ibaka. The kick out to Young. 5 on the clock. Here's Hunter. Toronto grabs the miss.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And yes, it's good.
You get the sense Kyle Lowry's eyes open wide. If he's in the open floor and gets up court, look out.
Collins finds Young. The three-pointer, no good.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Siakam, good.
Well, Siakam pushing right through the contact. Go ahead, young sir.
Atlanta's gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Herter passes to Capella. There's the dish to Collins. And finished off by Collins.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Now, here is Ibaka. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Utah. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Collins.
Well, let's remember, Serge Ibaka is a defensive presence. This guy, an elite shot blocker early in his career, and he is now a capable scorer from just about anywhere.
And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. A new group in now for the Raptors. Marc Gasol is checked in for Siakam. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson comes in for OG Anunoby. Powell, he's checked in for Fred VanVleet. Davis is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. And Reddish with the slam.
Didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time. The pass to Powell. And there's a minute 45 left to play here in the first. Yep, that one goes in there.
Now, such an effective two-man game player. Marc Gasol's offense in a pick and roll. There's so much to love.
Davis kicks to Powell. And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games. Number 1, the Raptors.
I mean, tough to maintain this kind of pace over an entire season. But let me tell you, they are really running right now.
Well, one thing there's no question about is that Norman Powell is a gifted athlete. Now it's about rounding out that game, particularly his shooting.
And the Raptors making a change here. Boucher is checked in. Dedmon inside. Defended by Gasol. Shot clock at 5. There's Bembry. Powell pulls it in. And the Raptors with possession. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Gasol passes to Davis. And not going to go. He misses the first attempt on the night. And so it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. It's a 5-point game. And the Raptors miss again. Atlanta's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Bembry. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And Gasol gets it to go. Gasol's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, Marc Gasol, 7'1". That's an easy one.
And here's Reddish. Here's Dedmon. And Dedmon throws it down.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And there it is for him. Dedmon's got his second bucket.
How about the timing? Could be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
16 seconds left in the first quarter. Now here is Davis. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Sinks the three-pointer.
That's a 3-point.
5 seconds left here in the first quarter. Teague for 3. It's deflected. Doesn't go for him. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. Note. And Serge Ibaka talked about his skill set. Now a compliment.
Bringing my defense toughness.
And really, Ibaka is a seasoned veteran now, a terrific role player known for his defense.
And Ibaka knows his role and plays it well.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
I love their effort, contesting shots, trying to intimidate here early on.
Well, as a shooter, when the ball is sent back in your direction enough times, it can certainly have an impact on your mind.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Setting the floor for the Raptors. They've got Marc Gasol. Davis is out there with Powell. And it's Boucher in a power forward. Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. John Collins comes in for DeAndre Bembry. And Trae Young subbed in for Teague. It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kyle Lowry is hard-nosed, as we all know. And if you ask him, it comes from his upbringing in Philadelphia. Lowry said, a Philly player is what a basketball player is. We played on concrete. You got to be mentally tough. You're not trying to be athletic. You get hit the wrong way, you run into a metal pole. Kevin, that's what made him. From Philly to Villanova to Toronto to an NBA champion.
I don't know about running into the metal pole, but that sounds painful. But he's certainly as tough as he can be. David, thank you. Undrafted out of Wichita State, Fred VanVleet, never the most heralded player, Doris. Well, you know, he says he bet on himself, and it's worked.
No doubt. VanVleet's belief in himself gets him a 2-year, $18 million contract. But I think beyond that, this man, in the moments that mattered most in the playoffs, proved that Fred VanVleet will deliver.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Toronto. VanVleet can't get it to go.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That is his first foul of the game. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Young passes to Fernando.
Well, Lowry not giving an inch, contesting that shot beautifully on the defensive end.
The drive is by Siakam.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Here's Herter. saw him with 10 points last game. Young from outside. It's rebounded by Anunoby.
What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
Siakam kicks to Lowry. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Herter. Drains it from beyond the arc. Herter's got his first 3 points of the game.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Hunter, no good. Raptors leading by 5. Here's Siakam. It's good. Siakam's got 4 points in the quarter.
So fast to get out in transition. Pascal Siakam dangerous in the open floor.
Young passes to Fernando. Back to Young. Over Lowry. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. If you were coaching, Doris, and you could run your offense through any center in the game, and let's take guys that are playing right now because we can go back in history and the names are endless, but who would you run your offense through at that position?
Probably a guy that the casual NBA fan is not as knowledgeable about as they should be, Kevin, and that's Nikola Jokic. Now, this is a young, early 20-year-old who may be the best passer out of the post position that we've seen in a generation. Jokic is a guy who can handle the ball from three-point territory. He can take it off the window and initiate your offense. They run him like a point center, and it's appropriate because he's unselfish and gifted as a passer.
Gifted, great word to use, you're right. And Zoe Ibaka will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
Well, the increased playmaking ability of Pascal Siakam on display. Pretty pass.
Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 31-point game against New York.
And his passing was simply amazing. A lot of fun to watch.
And here are the Raptors now after Clint Capella's miss. Pass to Siakam. Back to Anunoby. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And here's a look at the stats for Trae Young. This last month, he's been positively spectacular, averaging about 26 points per, 10 assists, and 3 rebounds. And what is crazy is that these numbers might not even do his game justice. He's been phenomenal.
Feels like every night this guy does something that just blows your mind. So fun to watch. Someone the other players look up to.
Members checked in for Atlanta. Teague comes in for Young. Here's Teague. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Well, don't you love how Teague is able to maintain control? He absorbs the hit, finishes through the contact. I tell you, this guy is not shy.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Here's Bembry following the basket by Pascal Siakam. Bembry kicks to Teague. Siakam pulls it in.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Here's Davis. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
And I think, obviously, we see the execution and the willingness to make the next pass so important.
With a number of moves and shots to choose from, Hunter is scary. Nice bucket there.
From deep three-point range, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in, and we've reached halftime in this one. Toronto ahead, leading.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie, the first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. They took. That's all for now.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Pascal Siakam, guys, really making a difference here.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low. Just great work.
Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Herter make up the back. And it's Capella in at the center. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
Pascal Siakam, the efficiency, the willingness to go ahead and pile up some points. Nicely done here.
So it's the Hawks now, after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. Here's Capella. Rejected by Gasol. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, after 5 years as an assistant in Toronto last season, Nick Nurse moved to head coach of the Raptors, and the team responded, winning the franchise's first NBA championship. Nurse has been at this for 3 decades. He got his first head coaching position at the age of 23. And he has moved all throughout basketball, both domestically and abroad, guiding 15 teams in 5 different countries. After winning it all last year, Kevin, he's finally made it to the top.
David, he sure has a long and winding journey. Thank you. Van Vliet can't get it to go.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Stolen by Collins. Shooting foul, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Listen, this guy's so dangerous from beyond the arc. Kyle Lowry has always been a knockdown three-point shooter.
Fernando controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Powell, the pass to Boucher. To the paint. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Fernando. Defended by Gasol. Shoots from 12. Again, Young missing.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
As he enters his mid-30s, Marc Gasol showing no signs of slowing down. If anything, I think he's a better all-around basketball player.
Just 5 on the clock. Here's Lowry. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Young finds Carter. Out left to the wing. Here's Young. Now the Raptors moving it up. Here's Boucher. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Wow, what an easy look Kyle Lowry creates for his teammates. One of the best setup men in the entire league.
And through his first 8 seasons in the NBA, Marc Gasol made a total of 12 three-pointers. Nowadays, Greg, he'll make more than that in a month.
And you ask around, he's always been capable. A great shooting touch. It's just a different job description for big men nowadays. Slow rotation there defensively, and he gets a wide open look from mid-range.
And I'll tell you look up at the scoreboard, that's correct. They have a big lead for a reason.
Serge Ibaka has checked in for Marc Gasol. Lowry from outside. A second chance effort, and Ibaka kicks to Boucher. Back to Ibaka. Clock at 6. Powell for 3. Keeps it alive. It's good on the putback. Boucher's got 6.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Bembry, and he banks in the layup.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game. Shots good by Ibaka.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass. +8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Hollis Jefferson passes to Ibaka. That three off the mark. Carter outside. Three-pointer. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Reddish has got his second basket of the night. Lowry with the ball. That will count. And he hits the buzzer beater.
That is a huge three-pointer. Extends the lead at the last possible second. That'll give him a big boost going into the...
And so it's the Toronto Raptors with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. Back to the action after this word. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Davis is out there with Lowry, and it's Anunoby in at small forward. And it's good for two. A lot of competitors in this league, Doris, and you've got to be that way to play at this level. And I know you have a list of competitors that you admire a lot.
It's those guys, Kevin, who have that insatiable desire to win. The guys who absolutely despise losing, who it almost hurts. It's painful physically. Giannis Antetokounmpo is driven to be great. He wants an NBA championship. LeBron James has got multiple titles and continues to pursue greatness. What I love about great NBA players, it's never enough, Kevin. Boy, the work ethic on the offensive glass just refuses to give up on that possession.
Here's Siakam. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis has got his third assist on the night.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Here's Bembry. Lowry covering. Good on the shot.
Well, so great when your offense produces a shot that close to the rim. The rest of the work becomes easier.
Raptors leading by 18. Over to the left wing. Collins against Siakam. Here's Davis. Good on the three-point shot.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it, Greg? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
This one for three. Atlanta with the rebound. Collins has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Reddish. Drops in the layup for 2.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Lowry finds Ibaka outside for Lowry. Here's the 3. Davis can't get that one to fall.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity. That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
Pass to Ibaka. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Back to Lowry. 6 to shoot. Anunoby passes to Lowry. To the middle. Collins with some nice D.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. And the dunk by Capella.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. 1:51 left in the fourth. Lowry from outside. Reddish grabs the rebound. The Hawks trail by 15. And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Hawks, Hunter's checked in for Reddish. Kevin Huerter comes in for DeAndre Bembry. And Trae Young subbed in for Jeff Teague. Marcus All's checked in for Toronto. Red Van Vliet comes in for Davis. Van Vliet finds Siakam.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Raptors.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks and also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
And they made the defense adjust, but they just couldn't come up with an answer.
And on the year now, tonight's impending victory will push their win total to 47. And looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Pascal Siakam.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Young for three. He doesn't hit that one. So the Raptors will take it the other way. Outside Lowry. Stolen by Collins. Here's Herter. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Left side Gasol. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And he may not have gotten the same attention as some of the other picks back in the 2017 draft, Greg, but John Collins out of Wake Forest has been outstanding thus far in his career.
Really one of the league's best kept secrets. Tremendous athleticism, also great hands, and just has a knack for moving to the open spot around that rim.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Stanley Johnson, he's checked in for Anunoby, and it's Patrick McCaw in for Kyle Lowry. Back to Herter. Jones, the pass to Herter. Dedmon kicks to Graham. Out to the right wing. 5 to shoot. Here's Bembry, and he didn't get quite enough under that one. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
Welcome to this special edition of 2K TV.
The wait is almost over. We are just days away from 2K Day and the launch of NBA 2K21.
And if you can't wait, you can get early access to the NBA 2K21 demo right now. Here's how you get started.
The NBA.
Welcome, fans. Thanks for joining us for this
Well, the maturity.
Yeah, they dotted every I and crossed every T. David, thank you. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Brown and Hayward, they're the wing. Tatum out there with Daniel Tice. And it's Walker in at the guard position. And for the Hawks, Young and Herter make up the backcourt. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. And it's Capella in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Tice passes to Walker. Up and in on the layup. Chris, you look at the grind of a regular season. Adam Silver seems open to fewer games or even fewer minutes per game. What do you think of that?
This is one that I'm not with, Kevin. You know, in my day, you had guys play 82 games. Let's go back to the days of Bill Russell and Will Chamberlain. They were playing in shoes that basically were socks, and they didn't have tape, and they didn't have all the things that we're privy to in the medical industry. So I think we should keep it at 82 games and minutes the same, because it keeps a full context of sports where you can talk about Harden versus or Westbrook versus a Big O. It keeps the argument in the same place. I think fewer games, fewer minutes starts to change the dynamics and the expectations of what players can do. I don't mind changing and adding tournaments, letting guys get more rest, but I think the number of games and the minutes of the game has to stay 48 minutes, has to stay 82 games in my opinion.
Very interesting. Here's Walker following the basket by Trae Young. And it's Brown missing.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
No, you're right. He'd take that 10 out of 10 times. He's not going to miss many of those.
With a number of moves and shots to choose from, Hunter is scary. Nice bucket there.
Walker surveying the floor. Just 5 to shoot. Boston needs to get off a shot. Launches it. Rebound, Atlanta. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played. In the corner, it's Hunter. It's Young on the wing. From deep. No good on the shot. Now the Celtics take it the other way. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Out of Willard High School in Georgia, Jaylen Brown was ranked 2nd in the class in 2015 after Ben Simmons. All the powerhouses came calling. He went the unexpected route, choosing UC Berkeley.
Young for 3. It's hauled in by Brown. The Celtics have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And Brown throws it down.
You gotta love how Brown finishes strong, driving fast and hard to the cup for the rim-rocking Jazam.
And Cal Berkeley not the biggest basketball program in the country, so Chris, what led Brown to go there?
Well, former NBA All-Star Sharif Abdur-Rahim, another Wheeler High alum, took the same path. Look, Kevin, both of them welcomed the intellectual challenge. Now, Sharif, not only could he hoop, but now he's the president of the G League. And Jaylen Brown, he's the vice president of the Players Union.
Now, here's Walker. Brown outside. And finished off by Brown.
The near 7-foot wingspan of Jaylen Brown. I mean, the hops. This is a guy who can dunk on anyone.
Here's Young. Score the basket, his 3rd after 5 shots. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
Young against Walker. Pass to Hayward. Back to Walker. Collins with some nice D.
Some very aggressive defense to prevent the easy lay-in.
Lobbed up there for Collins.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
Outside, Walker. Pass to Tice. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Then for the Celtics, Cantor checked in for Daniel Tice. Marcus Smart comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Walker. That one drops for him.
Attacking the painted area. That's where Tatum can use his height and length most effectively.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
And some teams have fancy dinners, guest speakers, and field trips. I mean, the Celtics culture is more straightforward. It's all about the work.
Robert Williams, he's checked in for Jaylen Brown.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Wanamaker the pass to Cantor. Dedmon with the block, and he gets it back.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
For Boston, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
He's perfect from the line this time. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the first. Teague dishes to Dedmon. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. Goodness.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Here's Wanamaker. Teague covering, and plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. And there's the foul. This goes against Atlanta. Boston shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. There's 10 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Pass to Carter. Some great action here early as we end the first quarter. Clark in the tie. We'll be back shortly live from State. A unique upbringing for Clint Capella. But years
even as a kid, I wasn't even dreaming about it.
Just an inspiring story, Greg. It gives you perspective on why you should be grateful for everything you have.
Kevin, without a doubt, Capella's upbringing helped shape him, and the hard work he continues to put in is really admirable.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And for the Hawks, guys, what stands out to you stats-wise?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, yeah, this is their preferred pace, and it's gotten them out to an early lead.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. Enes Kanter is out there with Williams. Then it's Marcus Smart. Then it's Tatum. And it's Wanamaker in at the point. That one goes. Count it. Smart's got the lead up to 4 now for the Celtics.
And I love Smart pressing his advantage on the interior.
And after signing a 4-year, $52 million contract extension, Marcus Smart rewarded the Celtics, Chris, with the best season of his young career.
Yeah, his best shooting percentages by far. I mean, add in his continued progress as a playmaker. Don't forget he's the man on the defensive end. I think that's money well spent for Boston.
The feed to Kanter. Back to Smart. To the inside, Williams. And Williams slams it in.
And you know, Smart is working on slowing down, dissecting the defense. I mean, nice patience out there in the pick and roll.
Bembry the pass to Dedmon. Now, here's Reddish. Guarded by Tatum. Count it, and the Celtic lead has been cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Reddish. Wanamaker looking over the floor, and he makes good on the layup.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Teague can't hit. Celtics leading by 4. Inside, it's tipped. Williams kicks to Tatum. Misses the 3. The Hawks have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Oh, trying for it. And it's out of bounds to the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession. And a look now at the Celtics' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards. And then on Sunday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Chicago against the Bulls.
And when you look at that Raptors matchup, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
Here's Tatum, and slam dunk by Tatum.
And on the drive, Tatum uses long strides rather than elite quickness to get where he wants to go.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Hawks said they were going to be patient when they rebuilt their team, and they were going to do it through the draft, and they've stuck to that script. Now, Trae Young is probably the biggest name, but Atlanta's added a lot of great young talent in the last 3 years. There's John Collins, Kevin Huerter, and in 2019, the Hawks added 3 more good young players in the draft. DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish, and Bruno Fernando. Things are looking up in Atlanta.
I would think so, too. On paper, it looks good. We'll see if it materializes. D.A., thank you as always. The Celtics making a switch here. Daniel Tice is checked in for Enes Kanter. Williams comes in for Williams. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Jason Tatum. And Jaylen Brown subbed in for Marcus Smart. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Daniel Tice. That is his first foul of the game. Kemba Walker is checked in for Brad Wanamaker. Here's Huerter. Lays it up off the glass. Huerter's got his first 2 points. Fans, broadcasters love to see teams get out and attack in transition. Would you like to see the league crack down on intentional fouls that will halt that break, slow down that break, stifle that break?
No, because the home fans or the fans of the team that's fouling doesn't want that team to get out and get an easy 2 points. I mean, we still have to have defense in the game, so anything that takes away from teams scoring, you just can't say, well, we want to watch them score, don't do it. No. And very honestly, if you're an unselfish team, usually on those breaks, it's usually because a player holds the ball too long. Right. Usually they have another open player in front of them that they can pass it up to. And if you're an unselfish team, usually you'll still give the fans what they want. And that's a crazy highlight on the break.
Out of Wake Forest, John Collins quickly emerging as a top-notch scorer. A tremendous finisher, and his range extends out beyond the arc. It's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them. 2 for 1, probably the way to go.
Yeah, G, I imagine that's what they're thinking. You have to maximize the possessions.
Young with no one around. Atlanta again missing.
He hasn't been able to do much damage outside the three-point line. Just 1 triple for him in the game, and that was back in the first quarter.
Hayward passes to Tice. To the middle, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Wow, he's just incredible at understanding the game. Hayward is so good at making the defense pay for leaving guys open.
Young outside. From beyond the arc, and then some. Young's got 10.
Now he's just showing off. With range like that, incredible.
Brown outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got 3 assists tonight.
Oh, you love the level of concentration Brown maintains. I mean, taking the hit well and finishing in style.
And so it's Boston heading to the bench with a 7.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our half. It was a big-time first quarter for Jaylen Brown. He had 10 points and 1 steal.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You look at Jaylen Brown, what a contribution.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and The defense was butter, sliced right through them.
Oh, you're so right, Greg. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the seams, getting to the rim, and then finishing strong.
Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Herter make up the backcourt. And it's Capella in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Brown outside. And Brown throws it down.
He can go inside, he can shoot it, he can dominate on the fast break. And tonight, Brown is doing it all.
Here's Herter. He's covered by Brown. And Herter gets it to go.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime with the defensive.
And Walker kicks to Tice. Here's Brown, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Clint Capella.
I mean, really, that's just sheer tenacity. Brown exploiting the D with his drive and making them get physical with him.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. The Hawks trail by 7. Here's Hunter, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And there, just through activity, Hunter keeps the pressure on the defense.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
An okay season at the free throw line for him so far, sitting right around 76%.
Here's Brown, and that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
The Hawks making a switch here. Reddish is checked in. Austin also with the sub. Smart's checked in. Gets a hand on it, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in. Tice has got the lead up to 10 now for the Celtics.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
Well, that's 3 straight German league titles for Daniel Tice. I mean, before he made his NBA debut at the age of 24, he's an athletic two-way player, and he's shown he belongs.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Carter comes in for Hunter, and it's Teagan for Trae Young. And the Celtics also making a change. Cantor checked in for Daniel Tice. Outside, Walker. The kick out to Tatum. Celtics passing it around. Hayward goes in. Collins with some nice D. And last season, Daniel Tice shooting over 40% from long range. And Chris over 75% around the rim.
Yeah, Kevin, when you call that great efficiency, both inside and out. New contract this summer. The reward is terrific play.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Clint Capella. And it's Bembry in for John Collins. And then for Boston, Williams comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Walker. Here's Bembry. Reddish. Here's Carter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Enes Kanter.
Carter just a freak of nature. One of the best dunkers the game has ever seen. A top-tier shooting guard who just embraces the spotlight.
Williams, he's checked in for the Celtics. Here's Wanamaker. Teague covering. It's blocked. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here.
And Teague knew that he would be open there. Great patience and vision from the point man.
Here's Wanamaker, and the layup's good off the glass. Wanamaker's got 8 points.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
It'll go. The Boston lead is cut down to 3 points on the bucket from Jeff Teague.
And Teague is just so calm and collected when he gets near the rim.
Here's Smart. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Smart's got his second bucket of the night.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Carter with the three. Rebound by the Celtics. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. The three from Tatum. The putback. It's good on the putback. And now a 7-point Boston lead.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And it's Carter missing.
Man, you don't see this fella blow many layups. Not against D like that, anyway.
Outside Tatum. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And finished off by Williams.
Yeah, hard trying to keep Williams off the boards. He makes it a mission to keep possessions alive.
Teague drives in, and he finishes nicely on the layup. 10 points for him.
He'll take advantage of that kind of soft defense every time. Just give him a chance to attack the basket, and he will.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Smart. Outside Williams. Now the pass to Wanamaker. Outside Williams. Here's Wanamaker. 6 on the shot clock. Left side, Smart. The tray. That one's not going to go. Got a piece of it. And so it's Boston, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. Right back after this break. And meanwhile, Coach Brad Stevens talking to his team.
Now, as we add stops
and this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. On the court right now for the Celtics. Walker and Smart, the guards. Brown and Hayward, the duo at forward. And it's Tice in at the 5 down low. Goes up on the high post. Up again, and Hayward is right there.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Pass to Collins. Young against Walker. Young dishes to Capella. Here's the floater, and it's good on the layup. Capella's got his first 2 points of the night.
That is a great finish. Capella has a man draped all over him and still finds a way to get the ball in the bucket.
Walker the pass to Tice. The kick out to Walker. Back to Tice, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Oh, and Walker excellent in the pick and roll, reading the defense and setting up his teammates.
Herder passes to Collins. We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. No good that time. Brown outside. And Brown throws it down.
What speed in transition. Brown just slashing down the court for the high percentage shot.
Young from outside. No good on that one. Now the Celtics take it the other way. Walker with it. Out to Hayward. As with every position, creating offense now. Which big men do the best job of scoring off the bounce?
That's a good question. LaMarcus Aldridge in San Antonio, Coach Pop is giving him the freedom. And Joel Embiid, we sleep on this because he's 7 foot. And when he faces up in the post, he doesn't usually give you his back. He faces up, triple threat, gives you a jab step, a counter in and out, and gives you something nice. I mean, his ball handling ability is great for a 7-footer, and I like Embiid.
Smart finds Walker. Collins against Smart. A shot by Hayward, wide open. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 3 assists in the game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Daniel Tice. That's foul number 2 for him. Reddish, he's checked in for Hunter. And the Celtics also making a change. Tatum's checked in. Young's shot is off.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Yeah, D-like that isn't going to get you back in the game. You have to stay connected to these shooters.
And another field goal in his total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
Just his night, guys. We saw Young do this in college. Once he gets into a rhythm, he will just put it on you.
Celtics passing it around. Hayward passes to Tice. Pass to Brown. And finished off by Brown.
Oh, you gotta love the explosiveness. Brown just eating up any lane to the basket he sees.
Young from outside makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
And that's why they're running plays for him. They're getting him the ball and letting him go to work.
That one just took the air right out of the crowd.
There is no noise in the stands right now.
Yeah, what really separates Capella is his explosiveness around the rim. My goodness.
Shots good by Walker.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah. Horrible effort. It appears they may be on the brink of giving up.
Shots good from Young.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Celtics.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season.
Wow, they finished the season series undefeated. 4 games, 4 wins, really asserting their dominance.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Jaylen Brown.
He was the alpha dog out there tonight. Totally in charge of this game. No matter what the situation was, he was the one to dictate the action.
Passes it to Capella. Young taking his time here. Shoots over Walker. They grab their own miss. The shot missing. And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for the Celtics. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Young against Walker. And the dunk by Capella.
Such incredible hops for a center. Look, it allows him to hold his own against any other 5 in the league.
With the assist.
18 feet out, off target with that shot. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but 1-0.
Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, and it's my player picking up the assist.
And if you're not feeling one of your builds, you have the ability to make 6 total builds and play 1 test game for each one. In the NBA 2K21 demo, you
and getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the ball. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Collins.
And his scoring numbers have been going in the right direction these past few years. He's gotten better and better at handling what those opposing defenses are throwing his way and finding ways to get his points all over the floor.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, they've got Adebayo. Jimmy Butler is out there with Jones. Then it's Robinson, and it's Nunn in the point guard. For the Hawks, Young and Herter make up the backcourt. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. And it's Capella in at the 5 spot.
Derek Jones gets talked about a lot in terms of his dunking prowess and the way that he can get up in the air and maybe make a poster and a memory in the flash of an eye. But beyond the dunks, he's done a good job of really improving his game since coming into the league in 2016.
Young, tough break there, shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. Outside, Jones. Heat moving the ball around. Robinson kicks to Jones. Back to Robinson. Down low. And it's Jones. That time on the assist from Robinson. Hey, Brent, for Derek Jones, he saw the floor a good amount in his first full season with the Miami Heat.
But Derek Jones is somebody that the Miami Heat continue to explore. And I guess if you're within that organization in Miami for a number of seasons, they like something about your competitive spirit. And that's where Derek Jones has probably found a home here in Miami.
Here's Butler. After the basket by DeAndre Hunter. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. The Heat shooting their first free throws of this, and the first one at the line is good. He hits both from the stripe.
Well, Bam at 6'10" might be a little bit undersized, but there's something in his activity on a nightly basis, Kevin, that feels like he plays bigger. Just a pogo stick, gets around, covers some ground laterally, and does a great job of both protecting the rim and finishing strong.
Jones, rebounded by the Hawks. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played. Here's Herter. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 3 assists in the game. The Heat have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And with Adebayo and finishing plays, Brent, he is a terrific dunker.
No doubt. Guys are looking for him all over the rim, and you could throw it just about anywhere, and Bam is going to go up and just look for that. Bam right on you. Great energy, great athleticism, and continues to find ways in which he can make solid offensive contributions for the Heat.
Kicks to Jones.
Well, he's very engaged right now, John Collins, defensively, and that's starting to make a difference for the team.
Hunter with it. Robinson picks him up, and it's Hunter with the jam.
And a long windup and strong follow-through on the one-hand jam.
Yeah, he's not going to mess that one up. Pass to Jones. Stolen by Collins. And there's the call on Jones. That is his first foul of the game. The Hawks making a switch here. Reddish is checked in. The Heat making a switch here. The pass to Young. Unloads from 9. Count that bucket.
Shifty guard Trae Young finds his ways into some of those cracks and crevices.
Butler passes to Adebayo. To the paint. Here's Crowder. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Young with no one around. No good with the triple. The Heat trail by 4. Butler attacking. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Talent coming from everywhere these days, Brent, including the developmental league. The G League has done a wonderful job of watching players develop there and then vaulting them up to the big league.
And I think last year, Kevin, the numbers were that more than half the players in the NBA had spent some time in the G League. You want to talk about that league coming a long way?
What an impact.
Massive. Yes. And what you're seeing, too, over the past few years, Kevin, is people doing a great job of using the G League a lot better. Not just experimenting and lab ratting what that team is about, but really well thought out player development and stints for guys on their team rather than just practicing and traveling and sitting and watching games. You're watching guys go play a game in the afternoon and then coming up to the NBA level and participating in an NBA game that night. That's going to go a long way to make guys in the early part of their career take their necessary strides in a lot quicker than they normally would.
This two-way contract has been a wonderful addition.
Except if you talk to their agents, Kevin. Yes, it's been very good for the control of an organization to find that kind of talent.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Clint Capella. Carter comes in for John Collins. And DeAndre Bembry subbed in for Hunter.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, as good as you can do without getting a block there to defend.
Here's Bembry, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Count it, good.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Silva, the pass to Olynyk. He kicks it to Dragic. Back to Olynyk. Pass to Silva. Just 5 on the clock. And there's the foul. It's on Dwayne Dedmon. That is his first foul of the game. 9 seconds left in the first. Pass to Olynyk. Lays it up and banks it in.
And really, the improvement as a finisher is noticeable for Kelly Olynyk.
We're scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. It's Atlanta up by 5. And we'll be back right after this. Tough Nose Jimmy Butler talks about the mantle of...
You call me a leader, all-star, whatever you want to call.
And that's what he worked for. And he works as hard as anyone, Greg, in the NBA.
And you see that competitiveness and desire in his play.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
Bembry out there with Teague, and there's Carter. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Fernando in at the 4 slot, so that's the Hawks 5. Carter finds Teague. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. Fernando's got the lead up to 7 now for Atlanta.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them. And coming from a background with player development for head coach Lloyd Pierce.
Well, I think he's great at just being a cheerleader and a confidence builder for this young team. I believe that to be a good fit here in Atlanta. He brings a great hands-on approach, and very, very important for him to think about player development as these young guys grow together.
T controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Here's Olynyk over Dedmon. Picked him clean. Pass break here. Here come the Hawks. Here's Fernando. And the rejection by Iguodala. Leonard attacking. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
And still trying to polish this side of his game up. Leonard looking very comfortable on that move.
Here's Bembry, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Kicks it to Dedmon. Pass to Fernando. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Offensive rebound. The pass to Teague. Here's Fernando. Misses that one. He's made 1 and missed 2 this game so far. Olynyk finds Dragic. It's stolen by Teague. Here's Fernando. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to make a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor.
How about the awareness there from Butler? The D goes to sleep, and Jimmy finds the wide open man.
Teague can't hit.
We're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
And out of Marquette, Jay Crowder, like a sturdy two-way wing. And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
The shot by Adebayo, no good. Atlanta leading by 9. Carter dishes to Collins. Back to Carter. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Collins kicks to Carter. Cans it from downtown. Carter's got 7 points.
This story in the second quarter much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
He can't get that one, and it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with the win.
And really brought an impressive physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls, and of course went on to win it.
No doubt that's what made the difference. The aggression they showed, attacking, drawing contact. It got them points at the line and made foul trouble a big concern on the other side.
And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
For the Hawks, Hunter's checked in for Collins. Reddish comes in for Carter. And Trae Young subbed in for Jeff Teague. Heat also with the sub. Robinson's checked in. Inside, here's Adebayo. To the middle. Here's Crowder. Atlanta with the rebound. Capella's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Reddish. Here's Hunter. The kick out to Young. Pass to Hunter. Second chance shot. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got his 4th assist in this one.
And one thing about Hunter, he never gives up. You can see the focus and energy that he plays with on every possession. And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss, that kind of energy.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, well, a competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5. Thanks for joining.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Without question, Trae Young displaying his skills today.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
On the floor for Miami, Jones is out there with Adebayo, and it's Robinson, and there's Jimmy Butler, and it's Nunn in at the point.
Such a quick thinker in those spots. Trae Young has a knack for knowing where to get to.
Deflects the pass. Outside Butler. Trying to find Jones. He gets it to him. Passes it to Adebayo. Pocket 6. And he lays it straight in. Adebayo's got 10 points in the game.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
And even with the shift from Budenholzer to Pierce, the Hawks continue to rely on the three as much as any team.
No doubt about it. I think the front office still accentuating the fact that they want to find some floor spacers after that 19th pick in John Collins, a guy that can rim run and protect the middle. They wanted to go after as much shooting as they possibly could.
Young pass to Collins. Over Jones. Shot by Collins, no good.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Here's Nunn, defended by Young. Nunn passes to Adebayo. He feeds it to Jones. The Heat need to get a shot off. Robinson for 3. Tips it. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. He's got 12.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Here's Young. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
That shot, no good.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Feeds it to Jones. Stolen by Collins. Herder passes to Collins. Down low, and the dunk by Capella.
Big man John Collins seeing the court that time.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played.
He's just a great finisher on the inside. John Collins, one of the game's better dunkers.
Robinson for 3. The long distance 3 is buried. Robinson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. In the corner, Collins with it. It's Young on the wing. He's got 12. Collins dishes to Young. And there is a whistle. That'll go on Derek Jones. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Heat making a change here. Young inside. He's guarded by Dragic. Back to Young. 5 on the clock. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Bembry misses. And you pair Collins with a passer like Trae Young? Look out.
Yeah, you get him the ball around that launch point where he can get his feet together, and Trae can pretty much throw it anywhere. Collins last year a top 20 player in field goal percentage as a roll man in pick and roll situations.
Here's Hunter. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Hunter's got 8.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Here's Jones. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession for the Hawks. Reddish, he's checked in for Hunter. And it's Teagan for Trae Young. Then for the Heat, Crowder comes in for Derek Jones. And Hero subbed in for Butler. Crowder kicks to Dragic. From 10 feet out. Shot by Crowder, no good. And it's Teague with the ball, but he brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That will complete this 4-game homestand. Dedmon with the block.
Well, some more of the reach effect of Dedmon, the way he times that one. Impressive shot blocking ability.
The Heat trail by 17. Hero passes. There he goes.
You don't want to be jumping on a play like that. No. Wow, he was up there, Kevin. How about a few tricks still left up the Andre Iguodala's sleeve? Incredible at taking his time that time, but still getting to the rim.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. The dish to Crowder. Rebound, Atlanta.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
I'll tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. And so it's Atlanta taking a 19-point lead into the break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Teague out there with Bembry. Then it's Dwayne Dedman, and there's Carter. And it's Reddish in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Pass to Bembry. He's looking for Teague and finds him. Over Dragic. And it's Dragic with the rebound. The Heat trail by 21. And there's the pass to Leonard. Pass to Hero. Dragic against Teague. Crowder, the pass to Leonard. Misses from short range.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off. There are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. There are many players now signing shorter contracts in free agency. You've talked about this a lot. Does it make it harder or easier for the super team?
Well, I think it makes it easier because all of a sudden a star player from another team becomes available that you could latch him on to somewhere else.
Any examples you could throw out there that
I don't want to get into the specifics of it.
I understand.
I think we've seen it over the past 3 or 4 years with some of our star guys. And
yes.
I don't fault them because they're getting smarter. Players are a lot smarter about what it is that they can do with having the very few times, Kevin, that you have a say in your career as to where it is that you're going to play, and more importantly, the potential for what it is that financially you can make.
And playing for a championship.
For a championship, for potentially the opportunity to play with somebody who you've always thought you could either elevate their play or they could elevate yours. This is not going away anytime soon.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
Passes to Silva. Back to Leonard. Over Dedman. The putback. The shot will not fall. And Atlanta will come the other way. Carter dishes to Teague. Back to Carter. That's good. And so Teague with the assist.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Pass to Bembry. When people talk about a player's mileage limit, do you think total games is the most accurate assessment in that?
I don't think so, Kevin.
What is it?
It's the amount of minutes that the players play.
Yeah.
I mean, there are plenty of studies out there that teams are digging around on when players reach. And trust me, they got to be lucky, but you're talking 35,000, 40,000 minutes in the league. That the body is just not capable at that point of replicating the things that it's done year in and year out. So forget about the games. Go to total minutes played. That's where you'll find the biggest fall off for some of your favorite players that have amused and entertained you for years.
Interesting. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
Not a perfect trip to the free throw line, but they'll take what they can get at this point.
Here's Jones. Here's Hero. Graham defending. Jones against Teague. Jones, no luck. And so it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. He'd have gone just 1 of 6 in the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Atlanta.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Trae Young.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Outside Teague. Graham with the ball. Hill's there. Graham with the bucket.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Bucket is good.
Of all the action happening there, Kevin, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Outside, Jones. Deadman in the corner. Olynyk with the steal. And here's Iguodala outside. It drops.
And the arc Iguodala has on his three-point shots, almost like he's drawing rain from time to time.
And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. They